Hey everyone, what's up? So today I am going to show you how to make Kkanpoong Tofu, or spicy and crunchy garlic tofu. This is my vegan take on kkanpoonggi, which is typically made out of chicken, but I made it out of tofu and I swear to God guys, it tastes just as insanely delicious as the original. You are going to love this recipe. So we're going to start out with one 16-ounce block of extra firm tofu, and I have pressed it here guys, and that's because I want to get rid of the excess liquid. I want this to be super crunchy. Now I've used this really nifty device I found on Amazon. You can find the link for this in the description below, but if you don't have a nifty little device like that, you can just weigh the tofu down with some really heavy pots and pans and you'll get the same effect. So I've dried it off with a kitchen towel, and now I'm going to chop up the tofu into chunky, bite-sized pieces. I just love tofu, guys. I use it in so many different recipes, but here it turned out so well. I kind of amazed myself even. So as you can see, I have cut it up into bite-sized pieces, adding a pinch of salt, as well as 2 tablespoons of potato starch. If you don't have potato starch, you can sub in cornstarch or flour if you don't mind the gluten. So we're just going to make sure all of the tofu is evenly coated, and then of course garlic. So guys, you know I use a lot of garlic, but if garlic is in the name of the dish, you best believe I'm going to be using way more garlic than normal. I am using 7 cloves of garlic here. That's right, 7. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a good mince. You might think that's too much garlic here, but once you taste this dish, you'll realize that that's exactly the right amount. So I'm going to set this minced garlic aside in a prep bowl. I'm going to wipe my countertop, and then I am going to dice up 1/4 of a red onion. You can use a yellow onion, white onion, whatever onion you got, but you guys know I like the red because of the zip and the extra antioxidants. So again, I'm dicing the red onion up, and then I am going to slice up 2 Korean green chilies. You can sub in seeded jalapenos if you don't have green chilies. Then I'm going to chop up 2 green onions or scallions. And then you will see as I get towards the green part of the green onions, I'm going to cut them up at a bias there so I get more surface area. Now to make the sauce, we're going to start with 1 tablespoon of gochugaru, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1/2 tablespoon of mirin, and 1 teaspoon of potato starch. I know that was a mouthful, but don't worry, you'll find the recipe in the description below. Now, in a very large pan, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then we're going to one by one place the tofu into the oil. Now you guys know I typically use extra virgin olive oil, but here I'm using vegetable oil because we need a very high heat. And as you can see, I've placed the tofu in one layer and I'm turning them around one by one. They cannot touch each other because as you can see, they like to stick to each other. Now when they are beautiful and golden brown, I'm going to take them off the oil and set them aside to drain the excess oil. And if you have to do this in 2 rounds, so be it. And there is our crunchy tofu. Listen for the crunch. Oh yeah, that's what you're going for. Now we're going to add the onions, the garlic, and the peppers and the scallions to that very same pan with a little bit of extra oil. We're going to also add some dried red chilies. If you can't find these, you don't need to add them. They just add a little extra heat. We're going to add a pinch of salt to draw out the flavors there. My goodness, doesn't this look so beautiful and flavorful? Now we're going to add the sauce that we made earlier. And once that potato starch that's in there hits the heat, you're going to see it's going to turn into this beautiful, glossy, glazy, delicious sauce. So you can see it's thickening up right there. How beautiful. Now we're gonna dump in the fried tofu. Wow, that looks so pretty. And we're gonna gently stir the tofu so that it becomes coated with that amazing sauce. So it's important not to let this tofu cook and sit in the sauce for too long, because then it's going to lose that incredible special crunchiness. So just coat it. You don't even need to have the heat on. Simply coat the tofu with that insanely delicious sauce. Now I'm going to add 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil and a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds for final garnish there. Wow, for extra flavor, as if it needs any. Is your mouth watering? Because mine is totally drooling my face off right now. So I'm going to dump it into a bowl. If you guys are serving this for friends or a dinner party, I highly recommend using a bright white bowl to offset that insane red color. Or you can just eat it out of the pan. That's what I'm going to do later. That crunch is amazing. So again, I'm gonna eat this with some rice. It's super spicy, so you are gonna want some rice and probably a tall glass of water. And like I said, I'm eating it right out of the pan. I highly recommend that you do that if you don't have to share, that is. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button below. And if you're interested in seeing more Korean vegan recipes, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I will see you soon.